Dave and Lynette, the two men were arrested yesterday. I spoke with police and people who live nearby who said they're very concerned to hear about drugs so close to a school. These are the two men that were arrested, 53-year-old Bernard Page and 59-year-old Richard Palmer. They were arrested for drug activity within 1,000 feet of J.H. Rose High School. According to reports, customers in Kinston and in Hyde County near Englehart have also had problems with the scam. Live in Greenville, Sarah Dodrell, WITN News. Not everyone is enjoying this snowy weather. On Arlington Boulevard behind me, the roadways are slushy and slick, which is why a lot of people I spoke to today say that they're sick of being cold and ready to take a vacation. Dave, the first and second graders were moved to another part of the school after almost everything in their classrooms were destroyed and the building suffered severe damage. Dave and Lynette, the excitement around the Olympics has gotten people more interested in sports like hockey. I spoke with a couple athletes at ECU who said they're happy to have the spotlight on their favorite sport. There are at least 3 other safe houses for girls of human trafficking in our state, but this one will be the only one for boys in the entire country. Dave, according to the lawsuit, the software was launched in July of last year, and since then, doctors have been shorted millions in government reimbursement for their services. This 50-page lawsuit was filed Thursday morning by 7 healthcare providers from across North Carolina. They're seeking millions in damages from the state and its contractors after faulty software from the NC Track program never paid them their Medicaid reimbursements.
We've been filing electronically with Medicaid for approximately the last 6 months to a year, and we haven't gotten any reimbursement for Medicaid.
While not a part of the lawsuit, Dr. Bruce McCray of Greenville has had some of the same issues described in the complaint. At a stop in Wilson this morning, we asked Governor Pat McCrory for his reaction to the lawsuit.
And I want to remind you, this was a program which was supposed to be online even before I came into office, I believe, and that and NC Fast. So we'll get back. I'm not aware of the lawsuit at this point in time.
Dr. McCray says they're still short tens of thousands of dollars in government reimbursement. The complaint mentions practices have had to turn away Medicaid recipients or close down entirely as a result of the delayed payments.
If somebody is 80-90% Medicaid and they're not getting reimbursed, and the staff members, they still want to get paid and they still have utilities and they still have overhead, as I said, I don't know how that would be really tough on them.
Dave and Lynette, last night Lee Brice's I Drove Your Truck won Song of the Year. I sat down with the family who inspired that song, who said it's an honor to have their son memorialized in such a big way. It's a song that's getting national attention. Wednesday night at the CMA Awards, Lee Brice's I Drive Your Truck won Song of the Year. The song was inspired by a family who now lives here in Grifton. Jared Monty was their son. He died in combat in Afghanistan in 2006.
Somebody heard an interview with Jared's dad, and somebody asked him how he keeps his memory alive.
Driving his truck every day got him through the day. And it really touched that songwriter, and they got together and found Lee Brice and wrote the song, and it just took off.
Monty served in Afghanistan for about a year, and on June 25th of 2006, he attempted to rescue one of his men and was killed.
They fired an RPG, and he was mortally wounded. He lived for a short time, and his last words were, "I've made my peace with God and tell my family I love them."
And he ended up getting the Medal of Honor because of that heroism.
Monty has been honored in more ways than one, but his mother says this song is not just about their family.
Cheryl Patrick, her son was killed the same battle with my son. She drives his truck. I think Rhonda Bradbury drives her son's truck. He was the one who was killed when the stretcher fell. There are so many people when that song came out and explained what the song was about, wrote in about how they drive their son's truck as well.
That song was released in December of last year and reached #1 on the charts just a few months later. Dave and Lynette.
All right, thanks, Sarah. And Monty was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor in 2009. By the way, his father is still driving that Dodge Ram. What a great story.
I know, an amazing story and an honor to them as well.